Now this is my new chicken coop. I just got the white silkies, so I'm going to keep the birds penned up for a few weeks, or a few days to a week, so they get used to their new home. And I just brought out my 3-week-old babies. I've made some modifications to the chicken coop. Now I call it my chicken bunker. The animals try to attack every night. I've moved the babies indoors for safety. Let me see what's the temperature. I can maintain the temperature. I have a hole in the box so I can see the thermometer inside. I have to be honest, when they were outside I couldn't regulate the temperature at all, and 2 of my little tiny ones, these are the bantams, 2 of the little tiny ones died one night. My cat is enjoying the outside. And again, a lot of people ask me why I have her on a chain. That's because I don't know if there's any up there today, but there are hawks up there. There's a bunch of them out here. They're protected wildlife, so you can't hurt them. There's one. Probably can't see it. There it is. And they just hover over. Sometimes they screech at me, hollering at me because they want my cat. I figure with a chain it's screwed into the ground, I at least got a halfway chance of saving my cat if a hawk attacks her. This is Troy from the Do-It-Yourself world and the Off-Grid project with the Off-Grid baby cat. Baby cat, oh, she managed to wire herself up on. I was going to show you how awesome it is that I got her a new leash. It's not a chain and it is a tangle-free leash, but she managed to tangle it up on the only thing possible. Anyway, round and round and round and round. It's funny, I was just going to show you how great this is that she doesn't get tangled up anymore. How you doing, huh? You like the new chain? Oh, you're going to turn your back on me? Again, people ask me why do I have my cat chained up? Well, it's for her safety, because there are hawks that would come down and grab her in a second. The other night there was a bear here. I'm wondering if it was after my cooler. I can't find any tracks here. I'll tell you what, that bear growled and it sounded just like on TV. First thing I heard something like that before. I knew it was a bear, and the cat was terrified. I've never seen her so scared in her life. She was shivering uncontrollably, just shivering. She looked so pitiful, but I was so scared I couldn't help. If I'm going to attract predators, especially predators like a bear, so I gotta do something. Well, everybody's mingling happily. The babies are making happy little baby chirping noises. As they get close, they're going to run away in fear, of course. Even though I've hand raised these little buggers, they still fear me. This is the beginning of a chicken tractor that my birds will be wheeled around in during the daytime to do some free ranging. My birds are happy. They knocked over their food container, but I gave them a little bit extra anyway. The chicken coop is working out well in the heavy rain. Well, I finally got him. He doesn't look so dangerous in a cage. I sort of feel bad for him. I don't know what to do with him now. That's a big coon. This one ate 13 birds last year with my chickens. My birds are scared and nervous this morning. Very nervous. I'll show you why. See the feathers? Something managed to pry the door down a bit and get inside last night. There's feathers all over. Now, I'm sad because they took my silky, my big black silky bird, that proud rooster that you heard in the background all the time. They took my little tiny white baby with the fluffy face and the fluffy feet. And they took my favorite one that looked like an eagle. She was amazing. And somebody told me I should learn to coexist peacefully with God's creatures. And I shouldn't think bad against those animals because they only want to eat. If you have a weak stomach, look away. There's my favorite bird right there. You tell me to coexist peacefully with nature? It's not possible. Nature has been warped and perverted. I am a Christian. I have strong faith. And it's because of that faith that I know nature has been warped. Well, there's my favorite chicken of all. She's now bait for the raccoon. I'll lose all my birds. And right now, I'm trying to get this fence off the old chicken coop. I need to use it to reinforce my new one. See if I can save my birds. Well, how's this for ironic? My birds were out here in the sun all this time doing fine and well. I pulled the chicken coop up under the shade, as many people have advised, and 2 chickens died last night, my 2 little baby ones. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 birds. My 2 babies died, the 2 smallest of them. I don't get it. TJ is out here wiring up another row with the real wire.
Yeah, the wire that I recommended the first time.
Yeah, I just knew there wasn't enough to go around as much. So he's doing the real wire here, which actually is going to conduct 4 times as better. Or 4 times better. Well, my English. Anyway, that'll give us some extra protection here because the chickens just sort of stepped over the one and right on out through there. Hopefully this will slow them down a little bit. Well, the birds are out, finally. The fence is working. Well, there's my big birds. How you doing, birds? You guys are big, huh? Look at the size of that. Now these are roosters, but they don't pick at each other because they were born, well, not born together, but they were raised together. And this little guy is the man of the house. He'll be crowing in a minute. Every time I turn my back, he crows. And this is my egg layer. Let's see if she's got any eggs for me today. Oh yeah. She's always laying an egg for me. Just a minute. Oh. There's another egg. Every day. She's old faithful. Giving that to the landlady still because she's still caring for my birds for a little bit. So we'll take that in there. Now I have to tell you something. I have sinned. I live off the grid, but as we enter the house you will see something that is not really possible off the grid. And I'm about to explain where I've been all morning and why it's 2:30 in the afternoon and I have not begun work at the off-grid project. I went to Tractor Supply today and I have future food. Well, the birds are getting bigger and brave. Oops. They come out and say hi. They want to see what's outside this little world they live in. Each time I open it up, they come out and they want to roost on the top and have a look around. They're still nervous. I don't know why they are shy of people. These guys are still doing well. The little girl, the tiniest one of them all, lays eggs every day. Big eggs for that. I can't believe that tiny little bird puts out eggs that big. They're almost full size. But they're doing well, and they get along so far together. Although there's 3 roosters, they get along pretty well. The roosters will be happy when some of the other ones grow up. So I might ease them into the group bit by bit, putting a dividing fence in between. Let them see each other for a while, get used to each other, and then remove the fence one day and see what happens. I lost one of my favorite birds today. My little bantam speckled rooster died in the night, and little girl is mourning, I think. She hasn't eaten, and she's just sitting here looking really sad. I put food right there for her, and she hasn't touched it. It's sad because he was such a gentle bird, and I had a friend over who had a 3-year-old son, and I set the bird in his palm, and he just sat right there. He's such a gentle bird. But he's gone now, and she's just sitting there mourning. She's really sad. That's where she's been all morning. I hope she'll be okay, because she's my egg layer. She's my only egg layer. I've got him over here. I set up a burn barrel. He was covered with mites. Now the others are not. I've checked them all, and I check my birds daily. And I don't know what happened, but he's over here burning. Morning, this is Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. And I would just like to say there's something new in the Off-Grid homestead. Oh, let's see, what do we have here? Huh? Oh, only one is alive. What happened? There's a little baby. But why are the others dead? Or are they sleeping? Oh. It looks like 3 of them died in the night. Little babies. Is it alive or dead? That was dead. Oh, it's cute. Well, that's sad. I wonder why some of them died. I have to get rid of the bodies. I've got babies. Look at that. Oh no, 4. What's wrong? I don't think she's a very smart mother. Morning, this is Troy from the wet, snowy Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. We got about 3 inches of snow last night on top of what we already had, but it's diminishing in volume because it's raining now, freezing rain. Well, let's go see what the chickens will give me for breakfast today. It's hit or miss here at the Off-Grid homestead and the wintry weather. They're too interested in food. Looks like dinosaur tracks. There have been dinosaurs walking here in my property. Well, there's no lack of drink for the birds. That's a good thing. All my hawk lines are falling down and collapsing on me. And it's devastating to property. Oh, it's heavy. The snow load. Oh boy, see if I can knock it off. Well, we've got breakfast, 1 egg so far. These 2 stay in here. They're not even just gonna get out of the way. Oh, bad news. Bad news. They have started eating eggs. That's not good at all. The freezing rain is coating my netting, my webbing, and it's sagging down and collapsing all all over the place. You can see the white color of it. I hope I don't wreck my camera being out here in the rain. And the poor chickens. It's been a wet day. I gave them some broccoli scraps, which they're enjoying. They get the broccoli ends, and they like it. A little bit of greens for the birds. They love that. And chickens are all doing alright. Their combs are getting frozen. You can see some frostbite on the combs. But I have found, now I've heard stuff like putting Vaseline on your chickens. The birds like this with the combs, they will get frostbite. And I have heard that you can put Vaseline on them. But my roosters from last year, now I wasn't home last year. I was in Australia, and the two big reds who are in hiding, their combs got frostbite and fell off then in the spring and regrew. Completely, absolutely regrew. So, I'm thinking that these guys should all be alright. Hopefully. Good afternoon. This is Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. Forgive the stutter or the hesitation. I had to check the time. I have been running around like a madman so far and haven't had my camera in the hand yet. Some of you will be happy to notice clean windows. I did that for you guys. A lot of people were mentioning that the windows, if I'm going to stand and look out the window, I should clean the window. I took out one of the big red roosters and threw him outside today. He's not very happy. He wants to be inside the cage. Now the chickens are not starving because I feed them too much, because I make sure that there's always food on the ground left over at the end of the day. So if they were starving, they would eat everything and there would be no food left over on the ground at the end of the day. And he, like I said, he's not happy being outside of the gang. And I tried to call him over to give him some food, and he just decided to do some exploring at first. So, I'll see. Because I haven't had eggs in weeks. I keep finding pieces of empty eggshell. So somebody is eating eggs, which is really, really annoying. I wanted to wring his neck right here now, but he's a greasy bird. He's disgusting. And I couldn't eat him if I wanted to. I'd have to be really starving to eat him, because his feathers are greasy. It's just not normal. He grosses me out. Yeah, the birds are waiting for their food. Birds! They were crowing a minute ago. It's afternoon, and we've got it's melting nicely here. It's 40 degrees out. It's beautiful. Really nice. But I have a surprise, a new addition to the Off-Grid homestead. So I'm going to toss some food into the birds, and then I'll show you the addition that we've got here. Well, I have a Craigslist haul for the Off-Grid homestead. This is a unique Craigslist haul. Look at that. It's a pretty bird. You're calm now, aren't you? So we got to clip your wings. What we got to do is clip their wings because they're new here, and I can't have them flying away. Remember, path to self-sufficiency, food and income. That's what chickens are, food and income. They're really docile after being in that cage. Really pretty birds. Really pretty birds. It's good they're so docile after being in there. Makes my job easier. There you go. Oop, oop, oop. There you go. Look at that. This is a silky. You can't fly anyway, can you? Yeah, like a lead weight. Silkies are lead weights. That's more like a barnyard chicken. That's a mix though. It's got a weird cone on its head. Or crown, I should say. I think you're a rooster, aren't you? We'll have to keep our eye open on these birds and make sure, see who gets along with who and who doesn't. I'll be separating them soon as we get to thaw. There you go. There we go. Another pretty soft bird. Look at that. Soft. These are all 1 year old or less. So the egg layers are going to lay eggs. There you go. Pretty bird. Look at that color. Look at the colors on that bird. Look at that. Yeah, you're a pretty bird, huh? My girls are going to lay eggs. There we go. You can get on in there. And the big guys are like, what? What is going on? Got a few more here. Another nice looking reddish color bird. They're all mixed. It's a big mixture of various birds. There you go. There's a little rooster. They're all young. So the hens will be laying eggs. Yeah. Got the big boy. This is the big one of the bunch. And watch out for the fighting, because this is a big boy. I'm going to keep an eye on these. Oops, sorry. Okay. You done? Get in there. Now again, the only reason I'm clipping them right now is so that they can't fly. Just a minute, you'll be free in a minute here. There you go. Yeah, the big guy is establishing his role there. Now there's another unique bird. Feathered feet. You're pretty calm too, aren't you? Well, you guys are all calm. Very good birds. There you go. Freedom. Whoops. Get your head down. Now there's a plain old white egg layer, but she's a mix because she's got that weird thing on the head. So she's a mixed breed. That's a big white egg layer. Alright, you go on in there and start laying eggs. There you go. Who's next? There's a little tiny bird. Oh, look at the colors. There you go. In with the others. Alright, what do we got? One left? Alright, now this was a funny last in, last out. Well, spring is officially here now. I just heard there was quite a ruckus in here while I was feeding the birds. I'm still fixing the chicken fence and stuff. It's official. Spring is here. Where'd he go? I just saw a big black snake. Well, I'm going to go in and warm up for a while. I've been out all day, and I'll show you what I did inside. I got my little duckies in a little container I made for them. I wasn't sure if I wanted to show you this or not, because I had the ducks in with the silkies, but I'll show you because I've got everything taken care of now. The silkies have another container, and they're doing well now, but they're not looking very pretty. because living with ducks is a filthy, filthy, filthy environment for little birdies. Yep. Well, I finished the chicken coop, as much as I'm gonna for now, and I'm using it. Oops, the ducks are not used to the chicks anymore. Funny, because they were together for a week or so. I'm going to show you something very unsettling. Chicken coop, happy chickens, everything good, right? Wrong. Something got in last night and stole my eggs. I am not happy. I don't know what it was to be sure, and I can't find where it penetrated. Something got in and stole a whole mess of eggs last night, right outside the chicken coop. Tractor Supply deals. I was gonna incubate eggs this year, but I took back the incubator because I read the reviews and I didn't like it. And Tractor Supply, end of season. So I got my birds for sale, as I wanted anyway. There you go.
Chicken wrangling.
Oh, that one's going through. Repairing my electric fence during the tree cutting experience. There was an accident and the fence got hurt. See, the two corner posts of the gate got wrecked. Actually, it didn't help that recently there was a powerful wind that ripped the door off. So that's an issue in itself. I want to show you, it looks a bit cluttered here because last night I set up some raccoon traps because the raccoon was tearing at my birds. I had a trap here. I've got a game camera right here, which by the way caught some really awesome stuff last night on camera. And then I've got a trap here buried under garbage. And what you have to make the trap look like a pile of garbage. Now, I cannot believe last night there was this horrendous shrieking noise. Horrible, horrible shrieking noise. And now you will notice a mess of white feathers all over and on the ground here in front of my chicken coop. See all the white feathers? I don't know how. I just don't know how. But the raccoon, I don't even see where he was doing it. Good afternoon, Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. And today was all about the chickens. I discovered a disease that I cannot pronounce. I looked it up on the online. Let me see if I can pronounce it. I'll look it up in a minute here for you. I'll explain here in a minute. And this is bloody poop. This is photos on the internet. This is what I found by my baby chickens. And it is, let me see, COCCI is the short term, Kochi. The actual name of the disease I will bring up here. I had to look it up online, and sure enough, this is a common disease, something I've never seen though. Coccidiosis? Soon the chickens will have their freedom, at least by day. We can do one here, one there. That's fine. That'll work. Let me see. Here. Hold that. Because I need my gate. Right here, I'll put my gate. Alright. And in here. That'll work. Okay. So these two will be closer together for the gate. You may notice that two things. One thing, my chickens are back in the pen, and one of the projects today is to rewire the electric fence around both of my chicken pens. I had a raccoon visiting and has been decimating my flock because I did not have the outside electric fence done and my chickens were free ranging. So now I have to, I'm sorry, I'm being distracted. Something's flopping in the forest. Might be one of my chickens that I didn't get earlier. Let me see, is that my chicken? I'll be back. Got interrupted by a hawk munching on a chicken that the raccoon had dragged off last night. Right here is just about all the chickens I got left, not counting the little ones. All the little ones are still here. I've got 8 of the bantams. These are all adults now, and this is all I have left out of all my normal chickens. The silkies all got diarrhea and died within 3 days of being released. I don't know why. I've been doing a lot behind the scenes, as I've told you. There's only so many firewood cutting videos I can show you. Joy! Joy! The happy puppy. I see the ears moving. Come on, look happy. She's smart. She's not moving. Anyway, this is Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. I have to rush this because for some reason my battery is empty. I am redoing a video. I got home a few days ago from Manila, the Philippines, and I hadn't slept in many days and nights, and I was jet lagged beyond belief. The door was wide open, and since the chicken wire was flattened to the electric fence, of course animals got in and killed some of my chickens. So I've lost a lot of birds. Some are injured and wounded. Actually, I see that my big rooster has a badly mangled foot. I had to put one chicken down because half of his body was ripped apart. He was missing a whole big area of the bottom part of his body, and my favorite little bantams are gone. So it's very sad. I was very distressed and saddened and jet-lagged in a bad way when I got home. Chicken update. Everybody's asking, where's the chickens? How are the chickens? Want to see a chicken update. Alright, I've got 5 bantams left. There's a big boy. That's King Rooster of the house now. Alright, he's pretty. He's a pretty boy. Well, that's King Rooster of the house. And there's what did I call them? Free Spirit? The 2 birds that were always running away last year. Now over here, sadly, after the vandalism and attacks, the big silver rooster died of his wounds, and the beautiful red rooster, the younger red rooster, died of his wounds. Actually, I put him down because when somebody or something ripped open the entire side of my chicken fence, all the way across back to the tent and beyond, somebody ripped out or something ripped out the entire row, which left then animals and predators to get to my birds. So what you see here is all I've got left out of 50 chickens. I don't know where his comb is. It's odd. He doesn't have a comb. I don't know what happened. When the fence was down, I lost a lot of birds when I was in the Philippines. Hello everybody. I just chased all the chickens. Every single bird was out. Something I didn't see that was had occurred due to the windstorms was my entire chicken coop was destroyed. I'm going to attempt to hold my camera and capture a chicken that I just noticed is still out. I also noticed that some predators had been helping themselves to some chicken meat because I didn't see that the chicken fence was destroyed. I can see where the animals went through. They helped themselves once see the electric fence wires. Here's one, here's 2. There's no zap. There's nothing. There's some feathers where a chicken has been eaten. Here, obviously something has been going through here. Alright, I'm going to attempt to capture this bird while holding the camera. She's a silky, so she's not going to be too much trouble. Oh, she's going to go right in and bury herself. Oh, no, girl. Oh, see, there's a problem. See, she just got right in. This is a problem. See, this netting is down. I don't know how many chickens. I lost some chickens. It's a mess. There's places where the netting, the fence isn't even touching the ground anymore. Alright, this is part of life on the homestead, and I've watched enough other YouTubers to see that this happens. This is not just me. There's a chicken. There's a devoured chicken. And over here is just a piece of a chicken. And you can tell it tried to pull him through the netting, through the fence, and didn't even get it all the way through. I don't know what did that, but do you see that? That's just some weird remains of a chicken. I've been out for an hour now chasing birds. I've just finished and my hands are numb because I was not prepared for this. I can't find one of my favorite little ones, my little tiny bantams. So that's how she might be gone. I don't know. I think I'm down to 15 or 17 birds now total. So so I've got to go in and warm my hands because they're frozen and have a cup of tea, and then get back out here and start cutting some more firewood. My bantam hens fly out, so it's time to catch them and clip their wings. These two have been free for a while now. Let's see if I can do this while holding the camera. Now I gotta clip her wings. Oops. It's time to clip them all. What you do is you cut. These are beautiful birds. I hate to cut them. You cut just before the, what you call the quick, so they don't bleed. You don't want them to bleed. I probably won't be able to get this on video for you. It's awkward. Sorry, I'm sure you didn't see much of that. It's really hard. I don't have my head camera on because I'm outside to do some other work and I notice these girls are out. And that, just one wing, so they're off balance. And then they can't fly as well. They drop like lead. The other girl, she's probably up in the bushes. I think she went in deep. She's not stupid. That was Miss Free Spirit that was always hiding out in the oops, I ran on my electric fence wire. That's a mess. Miss Free Spirit that it was always hiding. Where'd she go? Well, I don't know where she is. Alright, I'm gonna have to track her down and put her away. And I'm going to be working on the wood shop today. Yeah, I don't know where she went. Oh well, I'll get her later. Afternoon, everybody. Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. It's getting gray and cloudy out there. There's our couch. We got to figure out what to do with it. We have been on the road all day and been a lot going on. We did come home for lunch and we headed out again. And I'll show you one thing we got here is we got some little birdies for the little off-grid homestead. Got a whole mess of mixed types of birds. We got somewhere in here some bantams. Oh, they vanished. Well, I had some bantams. Where'd they go? Well, new life, a new cycle. Actually, I'm going to be moving all the birds out of the middle of the yard. And these chicken coops that are in there are tried and true. They are rugged and have proven themselves again and again and again. The old chicken tractor and the new chicken tractor are predator proof and have been holding up for, well, the old chicken tractor is what, going on 4 years old or 3 years old now or something like that. And the new one has made it through a year and they are proving themselves to be predator proof. People keep asking me why I keep building chicken coops. Well, it's because I'm going to have my chickens separated. I want to have them separated by breed and by type and by purpose. So that's why I keep building more chicken coops. So hope that answers all the questions. I keep seeing that a lot. I have here an incubator. This is day 4 and I have forgotten to tell you about it. Let me see if I can show you. It's got a digital display. Actually, it makes it very convenient for me to read. It's got a digital temperature and display, and there's some bantam eggs inside there. I put them in a crate, a milk egg container, so that they wouldn't bounce around. And this was a Tractor Supply on deep discount, and I got it. I'm going to have to put that back in place with my 2 hands, but there's a incubator, so we're going to try to hatch some babies in here, right next to the baby. The baby lays next to the babies. So anyway, it's really, really hot up here. It's probably got to be 110 up here, so I'm going downstairs. How you doing? Some of you may hear a little chirping noise. Let me pause the camera. There's a peeping noise inside here. The little bird is almost out. He seems stuck though. Although half his shell is broke away. I put a moist towel around him. Come on, Peeper, chirp. Come on, little guy, talk to me. Don't be quiet on the camera now. One baby coming out of the incubator. I felt motion inside one of the eggs when I picked them up and touched them. I candled them all. 2 looked like they were dead because the cat had knocked the power off one night, and the coldest night we had, so I'm surprised anything's alive. I looked online and found out that cats knocking off the power is a very, very common thing with incubators. Hey everybody, Melanie's got a little turtle. I think I mentioned it one day that we saved from the middle of the yard, and we got some little orange comets. I think you can see them floating around in there that we picked up. Oh, there they're all showing up. Some orange fish. I have a solar water pump. Right now they're all sucking air from the top. It was an extremely hot day. Hey everybody, Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. I have some interesting things in the bed of the truck, which I will have, well, I think you're going to guess in a minute. There will be some explanations along with what's in the bed of the truck. There is goat feed and hay. Now in here are 4 little baby turkeys, which is just a little side thing going on, but we'll add them to our chicken family, and they were extremely cheap, so not a big deal. Morning everybody, Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. We have been working hard all morning. My camera was dead, so it's been on the charger, but look what we've got here. 2 little goats. Actually, the lady said they're still young, and it's rugged. Chris says he was underneath inside while I was up on the roof, and it didn't shake or anything. No. Right, Chris?
Yeah, it was stable.
So, looking good. That is going to hold the snow load this year, because obviously we're going to sweep it too. It's time for dinner, but I'm feeling pretty good. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah.
I'm feeling really good about this.
Yeah.
I think we did a really good job. That is secure. Our turtle is doing well. He's alive. And oh, Chris said there's a frog. There's a tiny, tiny, tiny little frog happy thing in with a turtle. Really tiny frog is in with the turtle. He's probably going to stay there. Come on, turkeys, talk.
Yeah, cleared up over here a little bit.
Well, no, they're not going to make a sound. Come on, bird, say something.
We doing the turkeys next?
I'm not sure. Have they been in the garden at all? The turkeys haven't been.
They're going closer and closer.
They are. But without the chickens, I wonder if they'll be good.
It's okay, girls.
Do we
It's
have
okay.
everybody?
Yeah.
There's
A
one.
little outside. There you go. Heads down. That's it. Barbershop is closed. Well, it's a cycle of life, but this is a sad day at the Off-Grid homestead. It was 33 degrees last night, which I didn't think water would freeze at 33 degrees. But Melanie just called me and showed me there's ice on the little fish tank. This is actually going to be our first grow bed in the aquaponics greenhouse. The algae has grown thick, but the comets that are in there are happy and alive. But with ice forming, we have to definitely do something. Aquaponics tank number 1 going in. This is why I built the door like this. It is, and we'll be back. Hey everybody, we have a hose in the tank. I've washed the tank, and Chris is about to plug in the water pump. Here we go. We are going to halfway fill the tank tonight. Well, I washed the tank pretty much. I didn't scrub it hard, I just gave it a good rinse because it was not too bad. We've got a few more comments from the pet store, and I've got a little solar fountain pump in there to try to provide a little bit of oxygen. Although it's weak, it's not very strong. But anyway, those are going to go into here, and I've got some rocks in there. I'm just letting the dirt settle for now, and then we'll put some sand in the bottom as well. And the idea here is to give them a well, we're also considering bluegill as well later on. Hey everybody. Oops, I scared them. The fishies are eating. They're all up at the top. The happy little fishies. It is how it is. The birdies are all alive and well. And except for there's one turkey, which I mentioned one day. The turkeys all just, I don't know, they're not healthy out here. They didn't do well. And they died a long time ago. The turkeys died a long time ago. Whoops, I'm not showing you. The goats are alive and well. And you saw 2 different faces now. And yes, they're the same girls. There you are. Hi. People are wondering what happened to you. Oh, the happy girl. You can tell they're happy. You can really tell. We just have to continue keeping water for them, which is a chore on the freezing days, which today is not. But on the freezing cold days, we have to keep water indoors at night and bring it out during the day. Because it was rough for a while there with the water freezing all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So Chris and I are going to pump the water into the greenhouse fish tank today. Same method we used the last time. We'll fill this up for the fishies. What's left of the fish. We have maybe 10 or so left. There we go.